the #1 concept that you need to make sure that you learn, whether you are a vanguard, a duelist, or a strategist. You need to learn this concept. At the end of this video, you'll notice how much easier it is to start winning more games, but you'll also notice why you end up losing more games that you can win. And no, it is not EOMM. It doesn't exist. So going into the match, this is the second round of this game. So of this game, we already defended and now we're pushing. We're feeling good. We're doing a great job. We can easily win. We're going in, and you'll notice something a little bit funky that happened to our Doctor Strange. What is this guy doing? My guy said, later. But you'll notice that we lost this fight because he disconnected. We're gonna discuss how we actually ended up winning this game despite being down a player, and it's one concept in one word. It is called staggering. This is why you lose games that you should win, and this is why you win games that you probably should lose, because the enemy team isn't aware of staggering. Now this game is an eternity game, and you're going to notice that, as I said before, the dude is gone. In my mind, I understand that what I need in order for us to win is going to need to be a stagger. If we can make it so it's always a 5v5, we have a chance of winning. They wanted to surrender. I said no because I just felt like this was a good game. I'm playing the thing so I can turn the game around. All I really have to do is play to that. Unfortunately, I think this fight went horrible, and I decided to back out. Again, you do not stagger. I already left because the fight was over. There's no reason to stagger. If I get KO'd and they spawn and they run in and get KO'd, we're staggering. So I just instantly leave, right? And I'm like, all right, we're gonna try this again. I was like, all right. I just jet in there, cloak and dagger goes. And what we're looking for is just one stagger. Right there, I knew the game was over. As soon as Moon Knight got the pick, game over. That's all we needed. So you're gonna see that I took advantage of this stagger as hard as possible. Like as hard as possible. Because I did not want to lose this game. So I'm trying to stagger as much as possible. I only ulted later because I know that they were coming, right? I didn't want to ult instantly and have them regroup. I wanted to ult later, so that way when they get KO'd, their team is already coming back to point. And they did, right? So now we have these two players on point, which means when they get KO'd, guess who's gonna be back? The Wanda, like when the Wanda and what's his face gets KO'd, the other four are gonna be back, right? So now again, we're looking for a pick. We just want a pick. The goal is to get one pick and then you force. If you can force and stagger, you will probably win every single fight. A lot of players don't understand. This is eternity, by the way. A lot of players don't understand how to not stagger, and a lot of players don't understand which parts of the map benefit their team more. If that's something you want to hear more about, make sure you just subscribe, that way you're notified when I pop more videos about that concept of what's the best place to hold and things like that. And if you guys want coaching sessions about anything like that as well, check the description below, and we could talk more about it together. But regardless, I'm just looking for that pick. This dude is giga out of position. He should never be holding here. He should always hold up here. This part right here is a bait. Don't do it. Right here, I noticed this guy come behind us, and I'm just waiting for one mistake. One mistake is all I need, boy, and we can make something happen. So I'm playing very, very safe. I'm playing very, very safe. Unfortunately, we get picked. And again, I don't want to stagger. The worst thing you can do is stagger. I know that they burned a lot of ultimates, so we're just gonna get ready for the next fight. The concept staggering is real. Do not stagger, guys. It's huge. So again, we're looking for another pick. We go in, we get a co-op time. I want to get a pick. If we can get a pick, it staggers. It's gonna cause him to come back, them to come back, his whole team wipes, and then it's just gonna be a whole mess. I go ahead and hit this though, because I don't want them to resurrect. We come back. Unfortunately, team gets picked again. I have my ultimate though, and I know for a fact it's a team fight winner. So all I need to do is look for a stagger. Right here, the Venom gets KO'd. Boom. That's all we needed. We end up winning this easily. They actually end up getting KO'd, all of them. So I'm like, cool, I'm looking for a stagger. I'm looking for a stagger. We only got a few seconds on the clock, bro. The point is right there. I'm looking for that stagger. It's money. We try to get this guy out. Unfortunately, he's whipping my butt, so I run away. But we just need a stagger. So you're gonna see that I do something a little bit funky. I'm like, all right, all I gotta get is one. All we gotta get is one. Come on, baby. It's hype. It's hype. Boom. It's clobbering time. Nah, I don't think I get any KOs. Yeah, I don't get a KO off of that, actually. But we burned the ult from Rocket, which is good because there's no fight taking place anyway. Because of my action, it forced an early ult from him because he thought that his team was going to get KO'd. This means that their team is automatically going to start following me into my team. This is what we want. They're not all together yet. So we're forcing an early fight. All we got to do is hang on. They're all scattered. They're all split. And again, they might not be staggered, which is the concept that I'm teaching, but the team fight is split. If the team fight is split, it might as well be staggered because you got to think of it this way. If there's one tank here, a support, a tank, oh no, that's Loki. That's the support getting ready to ult in. But you also have the support here. This dude has a 3-on-1 basically because he's also inside Cloak and Dagger's ultimate. He has a 3-on-1. Now my tank, of course, is getting messed up as well, but we're just gonna hope for the best. This is what split fights do. There's no way for him to survive this. Now they start clumping for some reason, and I was like, oh, you shouldn't be here. Why are you here? Because who's gonna ult next? I already know it's Cloak and Dagger because I was paying attention to cooldowns. All we gotta do is get a stagger, baby. Boom, that's it, game over. Game over, that's all we needed. Staggered. That's all we need, this game's over. So we fight, we get things done. Remember, they're not together. I already know she's getting ready to come and ult the point, so before she does, I'll lock her out. Finish it off. Win that 4v5. Or win that 5v6. As I said before, staggering is important. We would have easily lost this game if I decided to take a lot of bad fights. We would have easily lost this game if I'd never taken advantage of the fact that we got one free pick. If you can force the team to stagger, you will win more fights leading on to the rest of the match. It doesn't mean you'll win the game unless you consistently do it. In this match, we consistently did things. And also I baited out the Rocket Raccoon ultimate because I already knew if I can do that, there's probably going to be game. But the fact that I didn't stagger our team, and every single time that we had a chance to stagger, we staggered their team, it allowed us to end up winning more fights than we should have because it was technically just a 5v5 or even a 5v4 because they were staggered. So if you get anything from any guide, any video, any article, whatever, the concept of stagger. If a fight goes bad, you have to reset. Just do not do anything. Too many times I'll see Cloak and Dagger players ult into the fight when 3 people are already KO'd. Save your ultimate. I did. I saved my Thing ultimate and I used it in the next fight, which then procced the Rocket ultimate. If I would have wasted my ultimate to try to fight a fight that was already lost here when the Groot ulted, we would have lost. You wouldn't have had the ult. Do not stagger. The less you stagger on your team, the better team fights you're going to have with your team. Even if your team is a whole bunch of bonobos, as long as you don't stagger and you just sit back and relax like I did, as long as you just sit back and just wait for them to show back up, you're fine. You stop the stagger. We play as one once again and we win. On the flip side, if you notice that maybe someone just got picked and KO'd, you need to start going a little bit deeper into the team fight to try to make it happen repeatedly. And if you can do what I did in the beginning of this video, or in the beginning of this clip, was it here? Yeah, it was. If you could do what I did in the beginning of this, where I delayed it. I delayed this ultimate right here. Once I got it, I delayed it. I could have easily just ulted him right there and he's done. But I wanted to delay it because I know his team is coming back. If we used it now, and let's just say, I don't know, he survived, or maybe he didn't. There's enough people coming back to where this fight can be salvaged. But if we just wait, let him get all comfortable, and I can get 2, even 3, which I did, then that means the next people to follow up can't salvage the situation because Wanda and Iron Fists were already there. They're already making their way. Imagine if I just took out the rocket, we lose this fight. You have to pay attention to everything, man. I'm trying to tell you. The concept of staggering, the concept of delaying certain finishers to just make sure that the team staggers so you can push and start snowballing. This is what makes your games feel one-sided, because your team staggers and gets rolled on repeatedly because you guys never get back together as a team, or you stagger the enemy and you guys just keep rolling over the team because they don't set up. They just continue to get picked off one by one. And that causes that stagger. That being said, I appreciate you guys watching. Remember, if you guys struggle with any concept, whether it be this concept in this video or any other random concept you might be struggling with, check out the links down below. I do free replay reviews as well as one-on-one coaching. If you feel like you have any questions or concerns you want to ask me, anything where you feel like it's only pertaining to you and no video can ever answer your question, a coaching session, we can deep dive all the questions that you have and get to the bottom of everything. Not to brag or anything, but all the students that I've coached this season, round of applause to them, they've all reached their goals. So whether I did a VOD review for you or I actually coached you in a one-on-one, a lot of you guys had reached your goals, so a huge round of applause. I'm making this video on the last day of season 2.5. Huge round of applause going into season 3. I know you guys will reach your goals again, but I'm just saying that because I'm proud of them. But also, if you do feel like you're stuck and you feel like you can't win your games, one session sometimes is all you need. So make sure you click that link down below. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Popping often. Will often.